Okay, I'm ready. All right. Hey, good morning and welcome to the third edition of Pool Talk. How many of you people out there looking to buy a new pool this year? If you are, give me a call or comment. Let's talk about it. I'd like to hear from you. I'd like to know the type of pool maybe you're interested in. I'm pretty sure that you got an idea if you're looking to purchase a pool, where you might be looking to get it, or the type of pool that you're going to get, whether it be gunite, fiberglass, or vinyl liner. Myself, I'm a professional vinyl liner installer for 47 years. I've been in this business and in the field that whole time. I didn't sit in the office. I was out there building the pools. I sold the pools and I installed the pools with my crew. So, if you're interested in purchasing one, you're looking at the most honest person you can talk to right now. So, one thing that I would advise, make sure that the company that you go with has got a great reputation for installation and taking care of warranty issues and making sure that they come back to take care of problems that may come up that was not a warranty issue that you have. They should give you like a workmanship warranty along with your regular warranties you're going to get with your filtrate. I would give a 3-year parts and labor warranty from Pentair products that I used on all my pools, from pumps, filters, and lighting, everything. It was all included. 3-year parts and labor warranty, and I did a workmanship warranty of the 3 years also. So there are also issues that may come up when you purchase your pool. That is a issue that may have happened from something that you or someone else did to the pool. And of course, that's got to be that you have to be honest on that part. And most of my customers were. And sometimes I could take care of those issues with no cost. But honesty in our industry is one of the most important things that can happen between the customer and the pool builder himself, the company. You have to have honesty. And so if you're looking to purchase one, uh, give me a holler on Pool Talk and we'll discuss it. We're going to do live um, Pool Talk soon as I build up my base. And we can also have you on live. We can discuss these issues live. I will have other, as we go by, I'll invite manufacturers and distributors and pool companies themselves that would be interested in being on Pool Talk. Also, any builders out there that have any input, as long as you're fair and honest and nice, feel free to make comments and we can discuss things that you might be interested in discussing, or maybe you've got ideas and things that you've done in your career, like I have mine in 47 years. The things that I've done, that I was strictly not out of a classroom, but in the field. So there's so much to learn, so many things that I still learn every day. And again, if I had an issue in the field that I'd never had happen before, I had been in there long enough that I knew what I had to do to take care of it. So whether it had been groundwater issues, building in pure sand, building a pool in sand is hard to do. But I've done it all types of soil. I went to Sydney, Australia, and built pools in Sydney and worked there. I got a 3 month work ETA, multiple trips up to 10 years, the life of my passport. I had a wonderful time in Australia. And if you're interested, we can talk, make comments, and feel free to make that call. I'll be available. Now we can talk about that. People that um, had their just got their pool open, which we talked about opening the pool. You're going to talk about what you're going to do weekly or bi-weekly in maintenance on your pool. What we would do is me and my crew would go out and we would do maintenance on our customers' pools if they were interested in us coming out and doing it for them. Can I get that filled up, sir? Seabass is here. He's been a loyal employee since 2000. Um, but So what we did when we went out to do maintenance, I'm looking at the liner replacement sheet, pool openings, and everything that we did, we had a form to fill out. So this one is what we used when we did our maintenance. Let's see if you can see that. Is that something you can see? So this was our maintenance sheet. So when my crew went out, they would clean and they would clean the cleaner first, clean it, and put it back in the pool. They would skim the top of the pool. They would add salt if needed, if you had a salt system to your pool, or add chemicals that were necessary in the chlorinator that was there. They would wash the deck off or blow it off. Um, they would wash the filtration system slab off and blow it off. Either one, I just wanted it clean. And so then they would lubricate any of the system O-rings, lids, and quick disconnects that were if needed. They would lubricate. Again, I push this Magic Lube right here. It's a great product. Keep it in your pool house so that you can lubricate O-rings, and especially the lid O-rings on your pool pump. Occasionally, it needs that lubrication. Um, they would check the chlorine level, and they would check the alkalinity and pH. They would check for leaks around the filtration system so that we knew that there was no leaks around the seal or any other leaks that could possibly be around it. We went over how to check your pump if it was sucking air by using a water hose and drenching down these areas from the pipes coming out of the ground to the pump pot itself. And through adding water, letting it just run over the lid and over the male adapter going in and over your valves and your plug on your pump pot, and watching if it had air bubbles, and the air bubbles would disappear after holding it a few seconds on each one. You could locate where you're sucking the air at, and you would know the one spot that needed to be taken care of. That is a good tip to know. Um, they would check the liner and they would put it back in track. And that's another thing that you need to know is that if you have a liner that's coming out, it's really easy. Never use a hair dryer. It could melt the liner. You use hot water out of your sink, the hottest that you can get. You would take it out there and you would pour it over and behind the liner. It ain't gonna hurt anything. Pour it on there really fast. Take and pinch it between your fingers and stick it into the track as far as you can get it. It's got a little groove on it on the liner, and the groove goes in, and the track has got a lip on it. So when you slide the liner in, it's supposed to lock right here. And when it locks in, it's not coming out. The reason the liner comes out is because that it never had the bead get past, went in far enough to lock in. So those issues happen quite often after a new liner's installed. Sometimes the liner looks like it's coming out. It's because it hasn't been actually pushed in far enough to lock in. So the guys would they would. This is what we do on our weekly or bi-weekly or monthly maintenance. What I'm reading you right now, so that if you do it yourself and you had this list, you would be complete on taking care of your own pool. Um, so then they would, after checking the liner track, we also looked for wrinkles in pools. We would take care of those things. It's usually very important to take care of those at the very beginning of the year. If you never had wrinkles, and you shouldn't, and you have wrinkles after you opened the pool, that was because water got behind the liner during the winter when it was winterized. So I say leave the level as full as you can so that the liner stays as tight against the walls as possible, because water only comes in from rain, the groundwater. What hits the surface finds its way to your pool, gets in the overdig area, comes in up high, usually where step areas are, in between the sections where they're bolted together. Though it can come in and run in behind the liner up high, and it equalizes the pressure between the wall and the liner, and it floats the liner away. Well, that can also release groundwater, which groundwater under the ground does not float a liner. After the pool is installed, it's not going to push that liner loose. At 8 pounds a gallon pressed against the walls, it's not going to do it. But if you add water behind your liner of the garden hose up high, it's going to float it away from the wall, and it's going to go all the way to around the cove, and it'll ultimately float the liner up. It will disappear. When it does, it'll leave wrinkles. So that's how your liner gets wrinkles in it. Now, I have refloated the liners by doing the vacuum pump and a vacuum hose and discharging the pool water behind it quickly enough that I could float it and slide the liner back in place and hold it until the water disappeared from behind. That's something that professionals need to do, but I've done many. Sometimes the wrinkles, what we call spider wrinkle in the middle, it's where a tremendous amount of water had rained and it got around your pool, but it forced air up under the liner into the middle and it made a bubble. And that bubble will disappear and it leaves looks like a spider in the middle of your shallow end. And that is created by a torrential rain that actually it finds a way to your pool. So one of the most important things is if you do have wrinkles like that, you go around the deck of your pool and you look on the outside edges where the deck was poured, and you look for openings that you can stick your fingers in, and where water could possibly run under your deck. It won't. It will never get better. It'll get worse until you fill that area and prevent the water from running under it. So, landscapers that use rock go next to the pool edge. If the dirt and stuff has settled and it runs in the rock and runs under your deck and it gets that 2 foot over dig that the pool was originally installed in, that's where water gets to that is actually able to create a moat, and then the water starts going in everywhere from the top, equalizes the pressure, and groundwater releases too. So that's a really important thing that you need to know. It can be prevented by stopping the water from getting to your pool. Um, the other thing is of course the guys are looking for these things, and it says here, check for wrinkles. If wrinkles are found, call Mike. They would call me. I would get in touch with a homeowner and discuss what we need to do to take care of that. The light, we would check the light every time. The pressure gauge, always. This is the most important thing you have on your pool is your pressure gauge. Make sure it's working. Make sure you know what the normal pressure is for your pool. And when it gets 6 to 8 pounds above that, you backwash your pool. You backwash it. You cut the pump off. You pressure handle down. You turn your multi-port valve to backwash. You turn it on and you let it run until the filter sand is clean. When clean water's coming out, you cut it off. You're going to reset your sand by going to rinse. So you put it on rinse, turn it on for 20 to 30 seconds, allow it to reset your sand, cut it off, put it back on filter, and restart your filter. Your pressure should go back to the normal range. And then when it gets up to the 6 to 8 pound mark that. Make sure that you backwash. Don't let it go beyond that. Don't let it build the pressure up on your filter. Stops the water flow going to your pool. It creates an interruption between your what you have set your chemical feeder to, which is based on turnover rate. Every 8 to 10 hours, that pump will turn it over. Or if you've got variable speed pumps and you're saving electricity, you know that your chemical feeders are set up on a higher level to maintain that right amount of chemical to be in your pool at all times. So you have to make adjustments on your chemical feeder, whether it be a salt system or a chlorinator, if you get a variable speed pump or have automation and you are dropping the RPMs down on your pump to run at a lower speed. And most of these salt systems have pressure switches in them, so they got to have the certain amount of flow, water flow, going to the pool to activate. So you want to make sure that you have that in mind when you're adjusting the variable speed pumps to save light. They're wonderful. All right, so then you want to go and of course we deliver chemicals and stuff to pull people, our customers. Um, we want to clean the skimmer baskets and make sure that they're clean every day. That you check them and clean them. You don't want them to fill up with any kind of debris. They will. The pump is strong enough to break the skimmer basket and it opens up and it lets all that debris get through there to the pump. and the pump can do the same thing. So make sure that you check your look in your lid. You can see if your pump pot basket is dirty inside your pump pot, and make sure that you cut the pool off before you empty your baskets, because that's when usually you let the stuff bypass your uh, skimmer baskets. If they're full, it'll go through there and get into your pump pot. I usually, tell the guys to make sure that they cut off the system before they do that. Now, sometimes it may just be a little bit in the basket, and you know that you're not going to get any of it bypassing your basket when you lift it out. So that would be totally up to you. Um, so you backwashed your pool. We would do extra cleaning time if we needed it. If we had extra service or parts that were used, um, chemicals that we used. This is just the sheet and form that we would have that we did weekly, bi-weekly, and monthly maintenance for our customers. I also have one that we'll be discussing on the next pool talk. We'll talk about liner replacements and how to go about measuring your liner, or if you're going to have a company come in and do it for you. And I would recommend accuracy in measuring. Your liner's not going to fit if you don't. So that's what we talked about today. Be sure to leave comments, make those phone calls to me, and I'll see you next time on Pool Talk.